Now, you've been all over the state already this
I try.
season. You've got a story coming up not only on the toughest region in Georgia, but in the toughest region in the good old U.S. of A.
And it's so tough that we have to spend 2 parts on it. Here is part 1 about life in Region 1-6A in 2013.
I think everybody is pointing toward the same 4 teams that made the playoff last year: Lowndes, Valdosta, Colquitt, Camden, in no particular order, because I think anything can happen. However, that said, you have Tift, Coffee, and Brunswick. All have good athletes, all have up-and-coming programs.
Put your mouthpieces in.
And there's also been a lot of change in the offseason in Region 1-6A. The amount of change depends on how you look at it. Jeff Herron left the Camden County head coaching job to go all the way to single-A private Prince Avenue Christian. Walton Coffey moves into the big chair, a position he held in Florida, even winning a state title at his alma mater and having been an assistant in Kingsland and Valdosta before that. He knows the drill.
I tell you what, it's something else getting back on this bicycle, but I've enjoyed it greatly. The transition has been fairly smooth. The kids have been great. Community has been wonderful. Administration has really been helpful in making this thing, go along well. Being in charge, I don't get too carried away with that. You got to let coaches coach and players play, and hopefully we can still have some great results here.
And in probably the most demanding job in the state, one of the most demanding in the country, Rance Gillespie secured his 100th career win as a Valdosta Wildcat recently. All the jobs in Region 1-6A have their perils and pitfalls, but this Magnificent Seven has their own set of challenges.
A lot of regions are competitive, but there's a game or 2 or 3 built in there where maybe you don't have to be at your very best that Friday night. That's not the case in our region. So it's kind of exhausting to be able to be up and play at an emotional high each and every Friday night, and then you just kind of hold your breath and hope for the best that you're that you're healthy each and every Friday night.
Mark, they talk about the 3 R's in Region 1-6A. It's Rance, Randy, and Rush. We'll have more in part 2.